All right, back out on trail just for a little day hike today. Today I am doing a hike to an old 1880s homestead out here in the Louisville swamp, kind of on the other side of the swamp right here. And that's kind of the trick today, is that swamp there has a little bit more water in it than it had last time I was here. I've been here one time before and I did a video right here. I will leave it down in the description if you want to watch that video too. But last time I was here, there was a lot less water down there, and you kind of have to go through that swamp and cross the swamp to get to this old 1880s homestead. So I'm hoping we can make it. If you're watching this video, we probably made it, because if I don't make it, I'm probably not going to do this video. But I think it's about a 4 or 5 mile hike there. If you want to take the longer route, it's about, I think, a 6 mile hike. I'll put something down on the bottom of the screen here if I'm wrong. But it's a beautiful little hike around this beautiful swamp. But like I said, that's the trick, is it is a swamp, and when the water's high, you can't cross this swamp. So I'm hoping the water level is a little bit lower so we can cross and get to the homestead. Last time I was out here, it was like October. So right now we're looking at the beginning of April. It did rain a whole lot last week, so I'm hoping we can cross. Well, looking down there, that doesn't look too promising. I really have a feeling it's not going to be crossable, because I think we cross right over there. Yeah, I actually see, you can see if I can zoom in. You can actually see the homesteads right there. That's the homestead, but we got to cross right here. That just doesn't look like it's going to be close. We will see. Yeah, now that I've gotten a little closer, I can see the crossing right there, and you can see it's underwater. That's too bad. There's the homestead, like right, where is it? Oh, it's right behind this tree here. But there's the homestead right back in there. All right, I just walked down to the swamp here so I could kind of get a better view before I hike way over there, but I can tell it's a no-go. There it is over there, the crossing. Let me zoom in so you can see where I need to cross is right here in the middle of the screen. That's just not going to happen. You can see right here, see where all those cement boulders are? That's like usually the crossing for where the creek runs through, the main creek of the swamp runs through. But then you walk over up into the area, and there's the old homestead right there. But like I said, as you can tell, the crossing is underwater, and the path out there looks like it's probably knee deep, if not more. So that kind of sucks. That's a no-go. But I've kind of decided I'm gonna walk the cliffs over here, just hang out down by this swamp, find a good spot here to maybe just hang out and eat my lunch. I brought a sandwich with me, so we'll see how it goes. All right, my hike to the 1880s homestead didn't quite work out as planned. It's just right over there, and as I'm sitting here on the rocks, I can see the bridge crossing a little bit more clear, and it's definitely underwater. It's way underwater. That was not happening. So I'm going to sit here, take a lunch break, have a sandwich, look out over the flooded swamp. It is beautiful out here. There's lots of trumpeter swans and geese and wood ducks and just all kinds of wildlife out here. So it's beautiful just to sit out here and stare at the swamp. But fret not, I do have a backup plan. I realized just now as I was getting set up to eat my lunch. On the way back, if I take another different way back, I do remember there is another remnants of an old homestead. It's not quite like the one over there where it's actual built homes, but it's all the foundations, and it's real old, probably around the same time, 1880s to 1900s, somewhere in there. But it's pretty cool. So I'll take that hike on the way back and show that. But other than that, the other 1880s homestead that I was going to show, which was much cooler, I was going to sit there and have my lunch. But like I said, there's no way getting to it. You can't cross the swamp right now, so you gotta wait till the water is lower. But like I said, backup plan. I'm gonna go see the foundations and see if we can't save the day with something to go look at. But for now, I'm just gonna sit here and eat my sandwich, chill out, watch the wildlife. All right, well, this is the trail that runs kind of along the side of the swamp right here. But as you can see, it has been recently just completely cleared out. When I was here last time, this was all underbrush. So it really opened everything up, which kind of gives me mixed feelings about everything. I kind of like that's opened up and cleared out like this, but it really just left it looking like this, looking like a disaster came through. So it doesn't look too natural anymore. But it did open the place up. Okay, well, we are at the old ruins. So, like I said, there's no signs or anything about this area. If I remember right, there's some more up here. Yeah, right over here. But yeah, there's nothing written about this place or anything. There's no plaques. At least by the other one that you go to, there's all kinds of history and story that tells you about the place. But this one, just kind of hidden in the woods or hidden in all this underbrush. So I'll walk up, we'll check that out too. Yeah, here's what looks to be a really old wall. Yeah, definitely old, whatever this is. However long it's been here. It has been here for a while. So, wish we knew more history on it. Just no dates on anything, nothing written. So who knows? Hard to say.
When I come to places like this, I always think to myself about the person who built the place. And did they ever think to themselves, after it was all done and being built and they were living in it or using it, did they ever think to themselves, in the year 2025, the foundations of the place would still be there and it would be nothing but an attraction on the side of a hiking trail? And that one day a YouTuber like me is going to come by and just video the place and put it out on a thing called YouTube out on the internet for people to watch. That's the kind of stuff to me that makes these kinds of places really cool, because the person or people that lived here, they're long gone. So it makes you wonder who they were, what kind of life they led out here, what was life like in the Louisville swamp, hundreds of years ago. It's just crazy to me to think, and that's why I love coming to places like this. It really gets the mind going and thinking about who was here, what life was like. Did they ever think about somebody like me in 2025 coming along on a hiking trail and taking video of a structure that they built, most likely with their bare hands? It's just really cool to see.
Here's some other rocks that don't look like they're naturally placed. They kind of look like something really old, because there's some even more right kind of back here. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it just looks very covered up, like they've been there for 100 years getting covered up. I've just been kind of exploring around where these old structures are. What did I just step on? Oh, there's something old. Oh wow, it's heavy. That's iron and heavy and old. Jeez. But yeah, I'm just kind of exploring around here, and I don't think there's anything else to see. I've pretty much found it all over here. Like I said, I wish I could have gone to the other structure. That would have been nice, but that just wasn't happening. Like I said, you can watch my other video if you want to see the other structure, because I made it around the entire loop trail out here that day. So that's just gonna call it for this video, this trip. I'll end it right here at the ruins. It's gonna be the end of this trip. It was a cool place. Definitely haven't been back here in 3 or 4 years, so it's definitely changed a lot in 3 or 4 years. But still a fun time to come out here and check things out. Like I said, lots of wildlife out here, and you got these old ruins to check out, and you've got on the other side of the swamp some much bigger, better ruins to check out if you can make it across. So that's gonna call it for this video. Catch me on the next one.